Oh, there goes the woodlands. Oh, we've got all the family together. Actually, you can see that, yeah, definitely a couple of young stallions. You can see the size of them now, slightly smaller than the adults. The stallion was the one second to the back, actually. So the stallion actually has a group of females. Depending on how successful he is, he might have up to 5 females, sometimes 6 if he's very successful, and they will stay as a family group. There he is, that's the stallion there. So those are his sons. Oh! Beautiful. You can see why they have that collective noun, dazzle of zebra. I think everyone is aware of my love of leopards, but I also have a very deep love for the rhinos as well. There we go. These two still having a go. But the memories, oh, I've been so privileged to have so many memories. I think one of my first memories of really having a wonderful view of the leopard in the tree, I think has definitely got to be up there. It was about 5 meters away, and that was the first time I've ever seen a wild leopard so close. But how is this, eh? 2 zebras sparring, learning how to fight. You can see sitting down actually stops the opponent actually biting the legs. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to back up a little bit and just see if we can't get them, because they have been jumping. Oh, you can still get them, because they have been jumping. You see, trying to bite each other around the neck as well. Welcome on board this morning from New Jersey. Ooh. That's really gotta hurt. Anna wants to know, is it true that a zebra can't hold the weight of an adult human? And yeah, zebras actually have the kidney slightly higher up apparently than what a horse does, and that's why it's actually, it can damage the and yeah, zebras actually have the kidney slightly higher up apparently than what a horse does, and that's why it's actually, it can damage the zebra if you try and ride one. It's not good for it. I think they can actually hold a human, but it is to do with the placement of the kidneys. And zebra do have quite a big chip on the shoulder as well. They don't really appreciate being ridden. I think it was Rothschild who actually had 2 zebra who he used to harness, and they would actually pull his carriage, or a bucky I think he had, or a buggy. Well, they're really going for it this morning, hey? Hi Marsha, welcome on board this morning from Kentucky. Marsha wants to know, do the females go off to have their babies alone, and do they have their babies at night? And they do tend to split away from the herd just so that the baby can actually start to recognise the mother. So the baby actually imprints on the mother, so once the baby comes back to the herd, the baby will still follow mum, whatever's happening, and she knows that that is mum. So the rest of the group are family members, but baby will follow mum no matter what. Very important. And as to the time of day, I'm actually not sure when they would actually give birth. The night would make a little bit of sense for the cover of darkness, but not so much for the predator activity. I'd have to actually look that one up for you, because I've not heard of when zebras give birth. What time of day? I would say probably early morning, but difficult to say for sure. Wow, these two are really giving us a show this morning. Absolutely fantastic. Now, zebras, even though the different species of zebra have stripes, you can still tell certain species apart because of the length, the width of those stripes. And up in Eastern Africa you get the Grevy's zebra. Now that zebra, the whole social structure is very different to the zebra down here. They will actually hold onto a territory, and the females will pass through and select which male she wants to mate with. So it's a very different social structure. They don't stay as a herd, as a family herd, whereas these ones will stay as a family for pretty much the rest of their life. The males will actually start moving away from the herd after about a year and a half, 2 years or so. Once they start getting a little bit boisterous and they mature, usually about 2 to 3 years if I remember correctly. And then they'll have to go off and find females to start their own herd. And what happens is the females, when they come into estrus for the very first time, the females will stand very tall and really announce the fact that she's come into estrus and she's ready to mate. So she'll stand tall in the hope that any males in the area will know. And you do get the herds coming together. Now if I was just parked right in the way of that bush there, can you still see them? So as I say, she'll put her head up and just really advertise the fact, so other males in the area will compete for her, and the winner will take her away and mate with her. She might not fall pregnant. She'll then return back to the herd, and the next time she comes into estrus, it might not be as well advertised, but this process will go on until she actually does fall pregnant, and whoever she falls pregnant with, she'll actually stay with. And that's how the males will build up their family group, or harem as it's called. So the females don't stay in the herd and the males don't stay in the herd. So it'll just be the stallion with his mares and their current foals. But it's quite a relaxed affair when other herds meet. So the stallions don't get upset with each other. You quite often see the stallions actually interacting and wow. They really are full of beans this morning, hey? Yeah, you got a few of the impala just mixed in from that larger herd I was talking about. You can see the tails swishing like mad. And it is thought that they seem to get attacked by biting insects a lot more than other antelope and other animals do. And it could be because of that stripe pattern. It might work against them as well. Ooh! I think someone's getting a little bit irritated with the two boys. Hi Cindy in New Jersey, welcome on board this morning. Cindy in New Jersey would like to know if something happens to the mum, will any of the other females take care of the foal? And I believe they do. But again, I'm a little bit hazy on that, so I will have to just double check that for you. But I believe they will adopt. Because they're obviously with them being a family group. But what is interesting, we saw the hyenas this morning. The hyenas won't adopt. If something happens, they will not adopt the babies. So even though they can be quite a close clan, it doesn't seem to happen, which is quite interesting. And I think, again, that's that rivalry again, coming through with the spotted hyenas. Oh, well that was absolutely fantastic, and I hope Olivia enjoyed seeing the zebra. I'm sure she would have done. And actually, I'm going to turn around